Hello friends, welcome once again. So today I am going to discuss something with you by which you can verify if you have done one summation correct or wrong. So I will present to you the magic of number 9. This is particularly useful when you are sitting in an examination hall and doing your calculation, but you are not allowed a calculator. So after having done the calculation, you want to verify if you have done the summation correct or wrong. Now this method comes very useful and it is very simple to do, and you can thus verify if you were correct or wrong. So let's get started. Now here I have done the addition of some certain numbers. So as you see that these 5 numbers are quite large to see, and to do the calculation once again, so it will be a long and tedious job. So how to find out that if the summation of all of this number is equal to 1715. So as I said, this rule is based upon the number 9. So we are going to do is that we will replace all the 9s with 0. If we have the number 9, so we will term it as 0. If we have the number 10, so we will say it as 1. Okay. If we have the number 11, so it will become 2. Okay. And if we have a number that is 8, so 8 will be termed as, because 8 is 1 less than 9, so we will write it as -1. And then 7, because 7 is 2 less than 9, so we will write here as -2. So this is how the pattern goes. Okay, so because 10 is 1 more than 9, so for 10 we will replace it as 1. For 11 we will replace it as 2, because 11 is 2 more than 9. Okay, now going through this way, we will convert all of these numbers into 9. Okay, so you see that 9 here in the first one, we already have 9, so we just remove the number. Okay, then 4 plus 1 makes it 5, so this number reduces to 5 for us. Okay, now 8, 5 and 3. Okay, 8, as I already have said, that 8 we can term it as -1, so here I will write as -1, and 5 plus 3 makes it 8. So 5 and 3 I cancel it and I write it as -1 again. So these three numbers together makes it as -2. -1 and -1 makes it -2. 3 and 7. 7 and 3, 7 plus 3 is 10. And 10 we write it as 1. Then 7, 1, 0, 7. 1 plus 0 plus 7 together makes it as 8. And therefore it is again -1. Yeah. Then 299, it's quite simple. So the 9 and 9 cancels out. And for 2 we just write it as 2. Now we do all the calculations here. So from 5, -2, 1, -1 and 2. So -2 and +2, they will definitely cancel out. 1 and -1 cancels out. So the remaining number is 5. So we see that of all these 5 numbers, when we reduce the number using the rule of 9, if we reduce those numbers, so we are left with the number 5 here. Now the sum here, 1715, this sum must also give us the same number as 5. If it does not, then your calculation is wrong. If it gives you the same number, then your calculation is correct. This is the verification process. So 7 and 1 makes it an 8. 1 plus 7, 8. And plus 1, 9. So all of these three numbers makes it 9, so we remove them, we make it 0, and the remaining number is 5. So you see that all of these 5 numbers, 5 big numbers, when reduced, it gives us 5, and the sum also gives us 5. So therefore this sum is totally correct, and this is how you check it. All right, let's take another example. Now I have these big numbers. So these 4-digit 3 numbers, they add up to give us this final solution. Now let us check if the sum of all of these 3 numbers is really 7269 or not. Now how to verify it without using a calculator? Okay, so the focus thing is that we check all of these numbers separately and we remove all the 9s. So this is 9, we remove it. So 5 plus 3 makes it an 8. 8 is since 1 less than 9. So we remove 5 and 3, we write here as minus 1. Now we are left with 3 and minus 1. So therefore we will write here as 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. Now the next number, again the number 9 is very convenient for us. So we just remove it. Now 5 plus 2 makes it 7 and plus 1 makes it 8. So we remove all of these three numbers and we write it as minus 1 because 8 is 1 less than 9. So we write here as minus 1. Okay. Now 2 plus 1 is 3 and plus 1 is 4 and plus 1 is 5. So this number will be 5. And you add these three numbers up. So we get 5 and then 5, 6 and 7 and minus 1. So it will give us 6. Very simple. You don't have to do the calculation all over again. So you can just verify it in this easy manner. Now the sum of all three numbers must also come as 6. If it does not come 6, it is wrong. So we remove the 9 here. 7 and 2 makes it 9. So we remove it. There is 0 and 0. So the leftover number is 6. So the sum also gives 6. And all of these three numbers, when we reduce it using the rule of 9, we also get 6. So therefore this is... now I have a multiplication in front of me. So this kind of multiplication when you do without a calculator is quite cumbersome. But then to go around and repeat the same process again just to check if you have done it correctly is also very tedious work. So for this one again we have another shortcut, that is the rule of 9 one more time, and I will tell you how it is done in multiplication. So the first step is that you check these two numbers, so we add them up. 4 and 1 makes it 5. All right. Then again, according to the rule of 9, every number that is 9 we just remove it. Okay, so 9 becomes 0 and then we are left with this number that is 4. So we write here as 4. Okay, so 5 and 4 are relatively smaller numbers. Okay, so if you have to, you just have to multiply them this time. So 5 and 4, when you multiply, we get 20. And 20, if we make it even smaller, if we make the number 20 even smaller, so we just add them up. 2 and 0 makes it just 2. All right, now what about the product then? 2, 0, 0, 9. 9 we remove it. So 0 and 0, if we add up with 2, we are left with the number 2 again. So the product and these numbers, when we add them up, so it also gives us 2. So therefore we can say that this product is correct. So having done this, let us take one more example just so that the concept is cemented in our thinking. 115 and multiply it with a number that is 29. The multiplication gives us 3335 as answers. Now let's check if this is true or not. So as going by the same way, so the first number we try and reduce it. Okay, so 5 plus 1 is 6 and 6 plus 1 is 7. So we just write it here as 7. And this is 29. So here we see there is a 9 already. So we just remove the 9 and we are left out with the number only 2. And 7 and 2, these are relatively very small numbers. If you multiply 7 and 2, you get 14. And 14, if you reduce it further, so it becomes 5. 4 plus 1 and it gives you the number 5. So 5 is the final number that we have. Alright, now if you look at the product, there is 3 and 3 and 3. So all of them makes it 9, so we just remove them. The remaining number is 5. So in the product we have 5 and in the multiplication we also have 5. So therefore we can confidently say that the product is correct. So this is the way how you can verify your multiplication and your addition whenever you don't have any kind of calculator with you and you are doing everything by hand. Hope this comes to your use and hope this will be a very helpful thing. Thank you so much.